Wetemkwai kuno nganda mnawasa wa Delight Kwiton tapa 89.7 FM okufumina mwibo mankwai iya chinsali ngefyo twachilana kutra pauchikwerero twala kwatokula chanyankwai nentungulu chokufa muchipani icha PF, that's a Patriotic Front kashimkwai pali program mwalawa na ino muntu wenu Harrison Piri erongkwai nentungulushi eyo twala kwatokula chanyana yankwai ni the former head of state ngwai abalipo ni wakateka abachalo chesu cha Zambia abonkwai niwa Dr. Edgar Chagwa Lungu emkwai your excellency mwaise nikuli interview mkwai
emkwai ushani emkwai maneno bonse emkwai kala chalo bonse
emkwai your excellency I program kwa ile kutika kumila wasayale kanalekana and we are going to use Bemba tira vile ni chinsenga yai alo chizungunga tikambe chivemba looking at the audience abantu abali kutika mkwai kanshi I programu ilikuwa nenskuli ya ku Nakonde aboniwa Nakonde FM Vachete FM ero wa ISO FM mu isoka ero mkwai natkwata wa Radio Delight Kwitonta umani mchinsari as the host radio station ero natkwata awanesu wa Mpika FM ero mkwai natkwata na wa Luswepo mkwai kunikumbala wa Wiramo ukoni Kumpulungu ero natkwata wa KFM uko mkwai ni kumansa ero na wa radio liangeni abo bonse mkwai vari kulia mkwai kumansa kachumkwai mutendeka your excellency in 2021 Zambia has elected the UPND government and you went into retirement. How did you feel? And later on you thought of coming back. Kachumkwai wako mfafyo tulea ndapo mu 2021 ngefyo muishive ichipani cha PF mkwai chari fumine mumaka elio wa president awali wakateka mkwai awoni wa Edgar Chagwa Lungu yotulea chanena wa mkwai mwalile pa retire mkwai mwamfireshani and then from nowhere mwatira iyo ndewe rafuti into active politics.
Wapili mtile nalanda mjubemba uti mwanyange wapili matakula ndishu
mkwai sorry mkwai balawo vechubemba
wala ndishu nalishwa
mkwai excellent
zakubalina pocha pebati I think pali no nshitawela Zambia konseba alishwa ulumbi fana fumine umaka ifana ile retirement ifale sonso mbana ku kunsonko munamo kunchusha wanenso ababali umaka pali no nshita natwasefa tuponekele ngolupwa Rwandi n'abanandi mu PF nabonse abekala cyane so nefu batwingirire nga mu PF abanensu bera bakweta amakapali n'ishita no kusala umulumendo kisanguka MP wakumatero no ku forcing up pachipani kuti ati nomba iwe walava kulintungulisha PF echalengera kweba na ine ya twaye no mukuyugisha wishkuwa shukuru wesu batatala mai kusaza fuile pa 28 October na shiti ya kwena kuchula kwa chilamu na tile kwena ngalarekelesha ifipale chita fyabya pantanshini jina la rusa ya idamiru banshirire basati ya kweba tutwale tukoseshe chipani cha PF no kuombela kala charonga mnyamwine na pieni bantu mpianango pianama idino na pieni chipani cha PF na baidi abantu kuti latina la tungile chipani ichi tuombele abantu tutungule charo soto byantanshi mwekala charo choma secha zande kwa bilango namwe twalifuaira na basata. That's why ngamwamuna abantu yabalana takwata vision you had a vision yaina vision ya kwete basata ya watu konkenyepo mpaka na 2021 so in short ina munuko ibati batu kumunga wefu abatu chusha pafula ba UPND kutamuteko kwabona kuta sponsor mayo Sampa kuomfe kumfuntu nguna maka lukangalume bayishambika poti president ejale kwati mbwele na chawe fyala na ikipi abanandi balabala kumpyana ngo nalibeba tikale mfanshi na wela. That's how I came back and you know we pokuwela patile na wela. I want to make sure that the democratic space in this country is not completely eradicated or removed because nali munokwebati sabo yuntu bale chusha ichipani chakwe kala bahari yuntu bale chusha and you Friedman went to electoral price, but it's like UPND went on rampage to destroy democracy. And when they touched PF, I said, that's how I came back. So now, did I okay that you were Friedman, Savoy, KBF, all the money spending, Lungu Soshana, Kashanya, what I did is I told the nation, I'm coming back for two reasons. The first reason was to ensure that the democratic space is not completely eradicated or killed in the Zambian political dispensation. And secondly, I said I will make sure that PF survives and PF will not be destroyed by the machination of Mr. HH and his team in government. Those are the two reasons I came. And when I came, I announced this message was well received by almost everyone. And my friends who wanted to take over from me were relieved. And they thanked me for coming through, and I had meetings with them, all of them, except for my Sampa. And that we talked, and they agreed that I can take back my role and push the agenda of cementing and strengthening PF together with them. And that is how I came through. So, I can even take you a bit further if at all you may wish to know, because there is this big thing. Kufa yokwewa tinomba tuwombere pamo tumyaka pinava ninzu bonse pajagali mfi pani na mutima political parties ayalelwishanya nangwali sushanya n'obuteko pantu in democracy takwabo kwewa ti democracy kwake party imu democracy especially multi-party democracy ngayavale 1991 yatira Zambia shall be a multi-party political system, which means that if you can everything pakwewa if pani preso papa nabo nokuba chibulo but yawo kumwa teko ifunde na mtoba, and that's how I came back. So panondi tulishikilanisha na abaninzu abalimuka uka simply means united kwacha alliance. So mukipisha batira uka so abenge batira uka abalimo bakupeta uke bachiletera awe chira cha mushira cha bonse chishebe wonse bali mukomfanga zabati baya abemba baranda ni buka abatunga buka toka bansenga ni uka kuya kumuru kuya kubatumbuka buka so uke ni tushibuke tumone village tikikisha epo kilo
Your Excellency ukuisa kwa uka ini alliance mkwai eyo mulevo mbila chapamo nentungulishimbisha fipani fyalekanakana kushe ekupo kwa PF na mpanga chipani chimbi nangula chidefili ulacha
PF ni big brother PF chipani chimwe chikwatisha makamu parliament mu opposition PF chipani chimwe chakwewa it's been around in power for the last 10 years or so up to 2021 na chikwata experience na ngukuishula ipo chinga kuishaba nabo abo bambi abali kukabirwa nabyo bashateka kumundaje so ngatuwa kapitwa enda pamo chitwa chinga wa UPND twaenda ko kutunguza mulondo lweke ngazakwati twete ifo tuyishile ba PF ngaba PF nawe wakeza kuti kabombana because tukabemba kwati awe yapamwe yapo letsalengero kwebati muvunshe cyane abebalengero kwebati have this problem. So we are the most experienced political party in existence now, apart from UNIT. I don't know whether they're still there. Apart from MMD, I don't know whether they're there. We've held power before, and we know exactly what went wrong. And we know exactly what is going on now and what is wrong. So we are the most privileged in terms of experience and knowledge. And we have the resource which is required, which is necessary to tap in to exist as an opposition political force and actually form government. So there is no doubt PF is still existing. PF has got the president, that's me. PF has got the SG, that's Nakachinga. PF has got the vice president, that's given Luminda. So the government is appear, no pum tungu, you see no kangarume, waisa iposa flat yo, muka, whatever my way, nimba poka, abarume. Takwa bao kwa chite kone mwe. Ichifundi lyatila atukosikisya Zambia shall be governed by democratic processes. In short, to create what if poor pena constitution you to conga akusali ntungulu shaku piano every political party which wants to participate in the democratic process in Zambia should be democratic. And that's a prescription which is constitution. So anything short of that is just anarchy. So what we saw when the police came 24th October 2023 and supported our friends to usurp power and declare themselves the president and the leader of the opposition and so forth, cemented and buttressed by the Speaker of Parliament, that is anarchy. That's anarchy. So, takwava kupoka maka mukangana benangu mubulina munkabe mufokera kwati pantu mwana mukwatisha maka. But we are lucky because PF is a civilized political party. Because we didn't want to take our own power. Because we would have been fighting and killing each other and spilling blood. So we have said, let's go to court. We have gone into court, but PF is still in place. I'm the president of PF. And everyone knows. Like example, tetuye wasangu muno binaye kalapanga ndanabana waisa bulomo na umbia uti iwe nakupera nombano wakakapita pano niwakulaka nyobunga nokulisha abanobe wafumati obonse tepo chibayo for our processes. Democracy for kwatlepera na muchinji na spaces and so on.
Your Excellency, Gwandwareti ukwisa kwa Sampa wali ukule ngokutira chipani cha PF chiwe pamo bantu chali kokwero kuya ku conference
awene mwe kwaliba mundulile kwaliba chitaluchirutia kwaliba kafaya kwaliba bamonde kwaliba chimbaka mwili kwaliba GPM kwaliba Emmanuel Mwamba nabambili banyabo balikira bingi bose bali chikabilo kwe bati bampyanenga naboti mwaneka ba UPND basaleta Sampa basamupyanika ababa namwe balero lesha tebo shiruti yobonomba mute nejo ingaleta hapo. So that guy has no following. That guy has no legitimacy in the eyes of the law and the eyes of ordinary well-meaning Zambians who respect morality and decency. So he's I don't know how I can describe him, but to be honest, Zambia is anchored on the rule of law, which is much pronounced upon by the head of state. But we want to see this rule of law in practice. Ngabali tulekele fifuweveni tuasara nganiva kafwaya twasalili nganiva mwamba tuasara fuweveni twaipyanyika. That's what is expected. And what has happened is those colleagues of ours in Parliament who are aspiring to become presidents of PF were aggrieved. And that's why they've taken Sampa to court. So you cannot say he has brought unity. He has brought anarchy. But what I've done is to bring in peace and mitigate on the anarchy that this child has caused us.
Kashpako Fangero Misude Filimba Mkwai Tulela Nshania na the former head of state Mkwai our Chaluchesucha Zambia our His Excellency President Edgar Chagwa Lungu Mkwai our Tigrepo Chalucha Zambia, and currently he is also the president of Patriotic Front. A program Mkwai ili live kufuma ununganda mlamasa watila Twitonta na wanesuva na Konde FM Bachete FM kufuma kule kuna Konde Aiso FM mwisoka Mpika FM kune kumpika nero Mkwai na wakasama FM kune kukasama na wa Radio Mano kukasama nero Mkwai kuikapo na wa Radio Ruswepo kumbara nero na walamo radio kune kumpurungu na wanesu wa KFM na Radio Liangeni kufuma kulia kumasa Mkwai. Your Excellency, abantu abengi ngamulesha nguruka mchalo chesu cha Zambia. Abengi waleti insala. Imu mwakwanishe shani kumona utila there is enough food security mchalo chesu cha Zambia. Twaraisa Mkwai nakuidia share fertilizer because abengi most of the voters or most of the Zambians vekala mumishi Mkwai ni mashima famu. Tuwalilepo Mkwai mwakwanishe shani Your Excellency kumona utila ifya kuli abantu valeli abona wino Mkwai. Pandu palikano kachita kule wasaelishani abama business ifya kuli abo wasaelishani imo mwakwanishe shani pakuwanga umuntu watekerepo ichalo cha Zambia.
Kuza kubalila kufoto ni yarangi chakutila insala nindiminwa tempulirwa hiyo. Ifwetu abikila mano sana kubulimi pakukutika sana kuma experts angu yaba api kulensa kweba kanyekanya abaishu bulimi kwingenda abaishu banokweba tumufundo kwira wakanshtanshi ukasama kuri wafika nshtanshi kusobezi wafika nshtanshi kuchipata wafika nshtanshi kuchoma wafika nshtanshi kumungu. We were listening to the experts, and that's how we did it. And we knew kwevati nchitaya ngayafika by this time tubve kwato mufundo nga mufundo wafika mulusaka ngati mulusaka ngani kuchipata kukachadisa wafikira ufire wafika pamuli pang'anda in good time. That is how we succeeded, and we didn't succeed by magic. It's by listening to people. Tuwale kutika ambekala chalo ipo balelanda abali mulimo ya bulimi. Tuwale kutika kulipa farmers union, small scale farmers, big scale farmers, commercial farmers as they are called. That's how we managed income ya lipo peso sabatana baitumba mulimo ya bulimi. Bantu batira amano tupushanya. Motivation to them, amano mapulai. Empire tupushanya. Mambulwa. So we were experts because we allowed experts to give us guidance. And when these people who came and said they knew how to be farmers, destroyed everything, and now they are groping in the dark. That's why I couldn't sell. And in Sala Ishileko, when I saw a drought, what I was saying when I was talking to one of my friends was, immediately they saw that the crop was failing countrywide. They should have triggered the mechanism of engaging the commercial farmers, but the big farmers who are known, and engage them to say, Swalaj Tashan, to fly Kwamatava, irrigation, Kulima, that feel, at one time, you know, but they cannot think because they don't know. And the fun part is, and the worst part, which is also annoying, is that we have experts, we have ministers who are there. Katambo is still in parliament, my minister of agriculture. I'm not saying he's the best person, but they can talk to him and he can tell them how we used to do it. And apart from that, you know what they've done? They went into ministries like agriculture, like health, and pruned everyone who had the institutional memory, who had contacts, who was an expert because they belonged to PF, or probably they belonged to the wrong ethnic grouping. So that's the Chakutila, Tio Baishi, fiance, Gamarium Poco history, Kuali, Kondo, Kulia, Hannibal, the Romans, and so on. Our late China, so there was no magic in how we succeeded. We succeeded by listening to those who are better. Number best.
We talk of Iria fuel. Most of the time, every month, Ramona Valachinja, fuel, Sasanga Ninako. At the moment, you come at 30 more good price. Imo Mapanishan, fuel, you have a stable challenges.
You see, let me say one thing, and I think I'll sum it all. You cannot have everything managed from State House. Okay? Leave the line ministries to deal with these issues. Issue of agriculture should be dealt with by the Minister of Agriculture. You have your minister, he reports to you in cabinet. And you have your secretary, permanent secretary, he reports to the Senate, to cabinet. And the government has mechanisms for making sure that these standalone ministries are synchronizing with others and being able to deliver. But what has happened is that everything is being managed from State House. So we did not manage these things from State House. That's how we succeeded. And if these line ministries had difficulties, they always reported to me through the appropriate channels to say, Mr. President, we're having difficulties in this, either funding or technical support is not forthcoming. And then me as supervisor would make sure that I whip everyone in line. But what is happening now is everything has to go through State House. And civil servants are very frustrated. And they regret every morning when they wake up because they don't think that is how the civil service is supposed to run. So we succeeded again by being careful with what we do and learning from the best. And if we're introducing a new system, obviously we brought in stakeholders and inquired from them, we want to do this, we think this is how it will work. And they would always tell us, have you looked at this aspect and so on. So there's so many stakeholders in the fuel industry. I think ERB is there, and I think the other consumers, and then the government itself and so on. Yeah, so Indeni is there, and you know, you just don't become overnight like they did after winning, and then they said, no, it's all right, it's all right. Well, even the gestation period, as you settle down, you get to know, no matter what, Even a child is born at 9 months, give or take. But if a child is born too early, no problem. If a child is born too late, no problem. So I think our guys are so that's why we are having all these problems.
Your Excellency, let's be that natural patrol on the son of children, natural. Never could you share Mufundo, Murondo,
procurement of fertilizer. Kwaba no kwikala panshi n'abalimi barabashitanya nje barabashitisha umfundo no kwishobwa n'instanshi umfundo kuri wafika mu Zambia kandi umfundo takufuma mu Zambia ufuma kuma countries kumbi kuna ponga ni ku Moscow na ponga ni ku Saudi na ponga ni ku South Congo ngafuna umfundo so kwale kwikala panshi na baraba kulinso babafishibisha barabena bati ba expert bati ngatulevo kwebati umfundo di compound na yobia kifike muno pali inshita therefore kwanga ni July mu June twa Sampa shukufaya mapesa toka tulike ma banks bakwebati shinda mashende shifike kulya ku baneswa aleta supply no kwebati balabaja supply na bamuno umfundo uli babike pali ba ship na pamato balete mu Zambia. It's about planning and consultation. So katoka tuwayafe umungulu ngabila bazashimira kucheza tukashara mungungulu so legitica. So if you legitica, we're not surprised. We in PF are not surprised. If we don't stop it in PF because to our name money legitica not issue. Now when you raise at the mungulu, if you are for your money. Otherwise, now everything we are mafuta. Kwale we got a punch by ERB, the Minister of Finance, the Bank of Zambia. Now we are moving. We were chala bashani bani. Find out the moving, but transporter, banana, ban. Take what you are moving. Yo, PF bali kwata. Afi ba mufiri kwacha. Bila bibaze bidia. Byalifya bufi kusembeleka pya abantu. So the fact is that we were interested in the consumer, we were interested in the market to ensure that there is constant supply and reasonably priced. So if a problem ingama ya bapo twalela nshanya mu cabinet, swali kwa cabinet. Te cabinet ya muntu mu so if we win, I think we were experts. And we take a pick at you. Today, I don't bother to be even if you feel a super, they won't win soon. They shake or our fish. Our bomba for our students of the society. Vengi, Mabe, Charlie Bashani, Sissy Money, Monfaya Bashani, Ngala, that was late with their woman, with bomb every manundi watile traffic.
Bambi bale tubafya ebo balishingona na abantu. It's a global thing.
It's global. If it's global, you ask whether COVID was global. Why not? Even Corona was global to some extent. It breaks out, but in Gawaisa, but you're global. If you want to say that, and I've seen a lot of videos where the man was saying, when I say the man, I mean President H.H. Contacts. You know, but PF, that's why PF, but PF, that's why PF, that gentleman, we will not take a number. I don't know what you fish. It's there. Number. Nafirwa nganafirwa wafishiwa kwipusha ifwe kweba fibombele mu kweba samwe batinga fana patinika hapa